y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my all-time favorite thrifted finds. As a little context, I've been a thrifter, if you want to call it that, since 8th grade. Just rounded up to I've been thrifting for 10 years. And with those 10 years of thrifting, I have definitely learned that there are proper ways to thrift and improper ways. As you can imagine, when I first started, I used to just buy anything and everything because everything was so cheap. Nowadays, I have only exclusively gone to the thrift store if I am particularly looking for something. I know it is very easy to just go thrifting when you're bored or to go thrifting. It's like a social activity. I've been there and I've done that. As much as I still do that with friends, I am nowadays being very selective about what I get from the thrift store. I have learned that my thrifting habits can be equally, if not worse, than just regular spending habits if you were to buy retail. And I would say, honestly, that the pieces that I'm sharing today aren't even the most extravagant or really quite interesting if I'm going to just lay it out honestly. I'm just showing you guys pieces that I have qualified as favorites for myself. So what do I qualify as a favorite? Honestly, it's pieces that I've worn multiple times and or have either had it for many years. So starting out with pants, the pants that definitely take the cake are these long flowy slacks, if you want to call it that, or if you want to call it trousers. So the reason why I gravitate towards these pants a lot is, for one, they're a very basic, very neutral color, and fundamentally a lot of things can go with long black pants. But I think the reason why I like these, partially because they're very loose, so I can wear it like when I'm eating big amounts of food. It's also the perfect year-round pant for me because I live in Southern California, so it doesn't really get that cold. So even in winter months, as long as I have something covering my legs, I'm good to go. My next favorite pair of pants has to be these black denim jeans. So this is the opposite to the pants that I just stated. They're a thick denim, and I think everybody needs a solid pair of denim in your wardrobe for the same reasons of the first pair that I stated. They're just really universal. They can be worn with a lot, and then of course if it gets colder too, a thicker denim is always a good staple to have. I did a little thrift flip, if you want to call it that, and hacked off the bottom myself so it has more of a distressed finish. To round out the pants section, I have my trusty old cut-off denim shorts. These were from the brand Ralph Lauren, vintage Ralph Lauren, and these are the only pair of denim shorts that I own. The only one. So I've had these for, not even joking you, 9 years. If you think about it, I've had these for 9 years and I still fit them. That's incredible. I also did a little thrift flip. Are these even considered thrift flips if you just hack off the bottom? I feel like that requires no skill at all. Actually, no, I take that back. Cutting straight with fabric does require some skill, so I'm going to count that as a thrift flip. On to the next section, which is jumpsuits. I only have one favorite thrifted jumpsuit, and that is the Shades of Grey by Micah Cohen line of clothing. So I believe this is a small LA independent artist that creates small batches of clothing. This is the only piece that I have that has been bought by a secondhand shop. So what that is like a Crossroads or Buffalo Exchange. This jumpsuit I think originally retails for like $200, or if it's not $200, it's like $180, around that range. But little did I know, I didn't even know of this brand while I was shopping. I was just so drawn to the threading of the jumpsuit that I was just like, I could not stop thinking about it. So I remember walking around the store and thinking like, okay, if I'm still thinking about it like 20 minutes later, as I'm about to leave the store, I should probably get it. The one dress that I have part of my favorites is not really a dress. I originally bought it as a skirt, and it's from this brand called Sportswear, so I can only assume it's like a sport skirt. I was almost going to get rid of this skirt. I remember like probably in 2020 I was like doing a closet clear out, and I was almost going to get rid of the skirt, and I was thinking, what can I do to rekindle my love for this skirt? And what I did is I took some bikini straps that I just had laying around and attached it as straps to the skirt, and now I wear it as a dress. And to be honest, I love it probably more now. Now onto the jacket section. I think this is probably my favorite section from the thrifted pieces, being that I feel like thrifted jackets are very unique. As opposed to my pants section, like anybody can find a high-waisted pair of denim pants or denim shorts, but jackets I feel like are very unique when you're in the thrifting realm. So the first one I'm going to talk about is this linen, 100% linen jacket from this brand called Linden Hill. The reason why I think I really like this, being that it's so plain, it's because it is very universal for any season. So I can wear this in the summertime, I can wear this in the winter. I mean, warmer winter nights, I can get by with wearing this. I'm very drawn to linen, especially materials that are 100%. So I find myself wearing this quite often. It's just such a breathable material. The next jacket I'm going to talk about is this, sometimes call it like a towel material because it feels like a towel, from this brand called Orvis. I am not entirely sure where this brand came from, but I last have been told that Orvis has been sold at Costco. I mean, I'll leave it at that. I can't stress it enough how much I love this jacket. I'm actually wearing it right now. I love the wooden buttons to it, the big pockets. It has definitely very a Japanese silhouette, and I'm a huge fan of that. It also reminds me of one of those like military liner jackets that I like want to buy so bad, but I feel like it's too trendy and it's like too cool for me to wear, so I have yet to not buy that, so I think this will be sufficient enough. And the last clothing section I'm going to talk about is sweaters, and I saved this one for last because I technically didn't thrift it, but it was a hand-me-down. So it's this knitted like patchwork, or I don't even know what you would call it. Like, it has a bunch of these different colors and blocking, and it just looks so cool. There's different textures to the knitwear, and it's like very, very, very warm. And fun fact, this sweater was actually made by my aunt's ex-boyfriend. He hand knitted it for her, and I don't think she knows that I'm wearing it. I just make sure to not wear it around her. So the first bag that I found was this woven bag, and it's big enough to hold, it feels like a tote bag or even like a beach bag. I remember thinking that this bag was so ugly, but it was like an attractive ugly, so I still purchased it because I was so drawn to it, and it was unlike anything I've ever seen before at the thrift store. And lo and behold, I really do love it, and I wear it quite often, especially because it's such a big purse, so I can fit so many things in it. This next bag that I purchased is this like crocodile or alligator print, and I bought the bag just because I was very attracted to it, and then I came home as I was inspecting the bag. I realized that the bag is made out of genuine lizard, made from Argentina, so it is 100% genuine materials. I don't know how that makes me feel. I'm not necessarily against wearing like animal products, but granted that this was at the thrift store and I didn't buy it like from retail, and it's pretty cool to know that this was an item that was from South America. I don't know, it makes me feel like I traveled there and bought this there without having to go to the country, so that's really cool to me. On to the miscellaneous or fun stuff that I've bought at the thrift store. So I actually bought these ceramic pots. It was in, I want to say it was part of a set, and I want to say these are handmade ceramics because I checked underneath the ceramics and all of them had the same initials, but they're just these beautiful pieces of ceramics. I don't know why somebody gave it up because I find them so beautiful, but I just store my plants in them. So one of them I use as like my catch-all plate, and then the other two I use as a planter pot. And my last favorite thrifted finds definitely have to be picture frames. I am an avid puzzle maker, and I'm one of those that like to hang up my puzzles. I find it psychotic how people can completely break down their hard work of like 2,000 piece puzzle. I don't know, I can't fathom doing that. It would hurt me too bad. So anyways, I really like to frame all of my puzzles, but puzzle frames, or just frames in general, are so ridiculously expensive. So I opted to go for the thrifted route, and I kid you not, you can find puzzle frames that are going for like $60 in store currently at the thrift store for $8 and less. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys found some inspiration. And just remember, even when you're thrifting, be very intentional about what you're purchasing. As you may or may not have noticed, the pieces that I'm purchasing at the thrift store are still very timeless pieces because I'm trying to see how well it'll integrate with my wardrobe, Just because something is thrifted does not mean that you have to buy it in excess. I know that that could be tempting because things are cheaper at the thrift store, but I advise you to just be very intentional and still think of the criteria of what you would want in your clothing. So that rounds out the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!